All right, I think we are live. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anywhere Fitness. My name is Coach Caroline. This is Coach Blaine. Tonight we've got a 35-minute full body workout for you. All you need is a pair of dumbbells. But before we get started, just make sure you click the like button and subscribe to our channel, as well as follow us across the rest of our social media platforms, because that helps us grow and get the word out about our workouts. But we'll go ahead and get into it. Coach Blaine's going to walk us through a warm-up, and then we'll go ahead and explain the workout for tonight and get right into it.
All right, let's go ahead and start hands and knees. We're going to do our hip flexor routine, get our glutes and hips warmed up. First thing we're going to start with is a donkey kick on the right side. So straight back, driving that heel into the ceiling, thinking about squeezing our glute to lift our leg. Now we're going to go fire hydrant out to the side with that right leg. Again, squeezing that outer glute to lift the leg and not just lifting the leg. Now combine the two, we're going to go back and around. Try to keep your hips facing the floor when we do these. Now left side donkey. Left side fire hydrant, out to side. Don't be afraid to give a good pause and hold it there for a sec. Now we're going to go back and around. Then we're going to go back and around on the right side again. So good squeeze with a pause, and then nice and controlled. Bringing that leg around almost as if you're coming up and over a hurdle. And we'll go left side one more time. We're going to go ahead and stay on our hands and knees. We're going to go thoracic rotation. So what you're going to do, right hand's going to go lightly on the head, elbow to elbow pit, and then reach up towards the ceiling. Try to point that elbow all the way up. Don't worry if you can't point all the way to the ceiling. Just go as far as you can go. Get a nice stretch. All right, we'll go ahead and switch sides. All right, now we're going to go to a high plank position. We're going to tap, tap, and then down into a push-up. You can also do your push-up from your knees. You can also just stay in this high plank shoulder tap position. All right, we're going to go ahead and come to our feet. Get our shoulders warmed up some more. We're going to go arm crosses. When I do these, I like to alternate what arm goes on top. Not 100% sure if it makes a difference, but just in case it does. One thing to do during these warm-ups is to take note of what you're feeling with your body, especially on the single-sided movements like those thoracic rotations. We're going to go arm circles forward. Check and see if one side's tighter than the other. It's not abnormal. But in doing so, kind of take note of what you're doing throughout your day and see if maybe, go ahead and switch backwards. If you're favoring a certain side when you sit or when you stand, and try to correct those throughout the day and maybe help with not only your posture, but any kind of tightness or little injuries you may have. So we're going to hinge over, arms at 90 degrees. You're going to open up and then press up and toward your head, back down, and fold back in. So fold out, press up, back down, squeeze down.
Three, two, one.
All right, we're going to finish with a little lunge complex to warm up our lower body for our lunges. So we're going to forward lunge first. So step out front, lower down nice and slow, and let that knee lightly touch the floor. If you have a hard time with lunges, as always, you could use some sort of stable surface just to assist a little bit. Don't let it do all of the stabilizing for you, because we want to work on that balance and stability ourselves and training our muscles to be able to do that. But if you have a little trouble with the balance, a little assistance, we're going to go reverse lunge. A little assistance will help you out in the beginning. So step back and lower nice and slow. All right, this next one, curtsy lunge. Hips stay facing forward. Step back at an angle and drop that knee to the floor. So you don't have to do a super large step, just outside of that front foot and down. Biggest thing though, we want to make sure our hips stay facing forward. So we really target that outer glute. A lot of times I'll see people completely open up and just pretty much twist their knee, and they lose all that activation in the glutes. Let's make sure those hips stay forward. All right. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm now. With our workout today, you have 4 rounds. You're going to go for 8 minutes and rest for 1 minute. So meaning you're just going to move for a full 8 minutes, cycle through the movements. And at the end of that 8 minutes, we'll rest for a minute. And then you'll pick up where you left off. And we'll do that for 4 total rounds. The first movement, walking lunges. So grab your dumbbells. And if you have enough space, wherever you're doing this, you're going to step forward, down nice and controlled, get that knee to the floor, and step back up and walk with it. Obviously, if you're in a tight space, we can just do these in place, and you'll do 20 alternating lunges in place. Then we have 10 bent over rows with a 2-second hold and 2 seconds down. So what you're going to do with your dumbbells, roll your shoulders back and down, and we're going to hinge forward, keeping that back nice and flat. We're going to pull up, squeeze, hold for 2 seconds, lower for 2 seconds. Big, tall chest, flat back, hold for 2, down for 2. Then we're going to drop down to the floor for our core, and we're going to do 20 dead bugs, 2 second down, 2 second hold. So dead bugs, you're going to come up, feet are at 90 degrees bend in your leg. You're going to lift your shoulders up off the floor to engage those uppers. We want to make sure we're pressing our lower back into the floor to where you can't put your hand through. So this would be not pushing your back in, and you can see how my hand slides underneath my back. So make sure you're pushing into the floor. Arms go up, opposite arm and opposite leg drop down for 2 seconds. And then we're holding here for 2 seconds and come back to meet. What I suggest is doing all 10 on one side and then switch and do all 10 on the other, because it can get kind of confusing when you try to alternate back and forth. And then we'll finish with 1 minute cardio of your choice. As always, if you have any kind of cardio equipment at home, bike, rower, runner, whatever it may be, feel free to use that. If you don't have any equipment like that, you can do anything in place. So power skips, high knees, jumping jacks, jump ropes, burpees, Whatever it is, we just want to get that heart rate up and going, and we're doing this at a medium pace. So something that's sustainable for a decent amount of time, nothing that's going to absolutely fry you for that next movement. So that's what we got. Again, it's 4 rounds. You're going to go for 8 minutes. You'll do 20 walking lunges. So each step will count as 1, 2 second on the descent, 10 bent over rows, 2 second hold at the top, 2 seconds down, 20 dead bugs. So 10 on each side, 2 seconds down, 2 second hold out, and then 1 minute of cardio at a medium pace.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Have fun.
Start every
All y'all
workout.
at home, have fun. Have a good workout.
Gotta get that pound in. Let's do it. Starting first with our walking lunges. If you're like me, I'm going to start weightless for these. Just really get that movement feeling comfortable and warmed up. And if you're limited on space, you can do these just in place like we are.
1, go.
That was 10, so we're halfway. Last one here. And 20. All right. Moving on to those bent over rows. You want to pick a weight here that you can do for 10 reps. Remember, we want challenging but comfortable. You want to make sure that you can perform all 10 reps for a solid movement. Here we go. 2 hold at the top, 2 on the descent. That's 1. Here's 5, halfway.
If you don't have any weights, you can do these same exact motion without any weights. Just make sure you're really focusing on squeezing those lats to pull your arms up and lowering them nice and controlled.
10. All right.
Same thing goes with the walking lunges. If you don't have any dumbbells, it's fine to do those weightless as well.
Remember, we got 10 on each side. We're going to hold 2 seconds, hit the bottom.
2 second down, 2 second hold, and back up. Again, this is opposite arm, opposite leg.
Here we go on 8.
Make sure you're pressing that lower back into the floor.
That was 10. We're switching sides now. So other leg, other arm. If this is too confusing for you with the arms, try it with just the leg first. Add the arm in when you're ready. 2 more. And 10. All right, we got a minute of cardio ahead of us. Taking a peek at the clock. 3:40, here we go. Again, you can choose whatever cardio you like. If you have a piece of cardio equipment, feel free to jump on that. We're going equipment-less for this over here today. Halfway.
Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Good.
Whew.
Back to those walking lunges or in place lunges, whatever you have space for.
Here we go. We've got about 2.5 minutes of work left here until our first break.
Two minutes remaining.
Halfway. Two more. All right. Bend over rows.
All right, want to make sure our shoulders are back and down. Bend over. Here we go. Last one here. There's 10. All right. Back to those dead bugs. We've got 30 seconds left here, so we're only going to get through a few. We'll pick up where we left off, so keep track.
$15 seconds remaining. Three, two, one. Rest.
All right. We got a minute of rest here. When we start back up, we'll go back to where we left off, so we'll start again with those dead bugs. Go ahead and grab some water if you need it.
$30 seconds remaining.
When you're ready, meet us back down on the mat.
If you're keeping the same pace as us, take 3 left on that first side.
And 10 on that
15 seconds
second.
remaining.
If you're moving a little slower, that's okay. Take it at your pace. Just move through the same exact movements. And make sure you're getting them all in.
2, 1.
Here we go. Last 3 on this side. And on the other. Two more. Ten. Good. Now we've got that minutes of cardio coming up. Start here at the top of the 7.
3,
And
2, 1.
here we go, minute of cardio. One thing to keep note of as you're working through this workout is your breath. Make sure you're breathing throughout. A lot of times we find people will hold their breath, but we want to make sure we're giving oxygen to those lungs. Make sure you're inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth.
If you can hear music, disregard the countdowns. They do not go along with our workout.
It's a funky little mix we got going on. Ten seconds left here.
All right. Back to those walking lunges.
I'm checking in with my own body today, and I'm going to stay weightless on these lunges. Always a good thing to do. We went for a run yesterday, and I can tell my legs are kind of fatigued. So check in with yourself. Body weight movements are just as effective.
It's 10. Two more. That's fine. Woo. Right? That's 2 more.
No, you're right. All right. Moving on to those bench over rows again. Pick up our weights. Roll our shoulders back and down. Brace the core. Bend over. Pulling those weights up to your hips. And slowly back down. That's 5. And 10. Whew. All right. Back to those dead bugs. 10 on each side. Here we go. 2 more. Switch sides here. Make sure you're breathing. Last one. All right.
2 minutes remaining.
We got a minute of cardio here. Ready, and go.
Almost there. Got 20 seconds. Five seconds. And rest. Not quite rest, but lunges.
Got some lunges ahead of us for the next 45 seconds, and then we'll get a minute rest. So we'll get started. Here we go.
Can you count these?
Yeah.
So when you're doing lunges, you can target different parts of your legs. So if you're wanting it to be more quad dominant, you're going to want to step out, keep your chest nice and tall, and drop that knee straight down, and really focus on putting all that pressure in that front foot to drive up and hit those quads. If you're wanting more hamstring and glute, you're going to take a little bit bigger of a step. You're going to hinge that body forward. Don't round, but hinge forward and put that into the glute and hamstrings and really squeeze those to come back up.
3, 2, 1.
Stop there. That was halfway. Go ahead and grab some water again. We are already halfway done with this workout. Got a minute of rest here. We'll pick back up with those lunges again if you're following along with us. I'm feeling this workout already, so you know it's a good one when you're about halfway through. We are here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central.
15 seconds remaining.
If you're enjoying this workout, invite a friend or family member to join you next time. You can watch back our videos anytime as well. All right, 5 seconds. We're starting back with that right leg.
2.
Got 10 lunges left. Here we go.
Also be sure to like this video and subscribe and follow us on all of our platforms, Facebook, Instagram, to get all different kinds of health and fitness tips, some lifestyle tips, how to incorporate a healthy balance with a busy life, and then obviously to catch when we're doing these live workouts.
Go down to those bent over rows. All right, again, shoulders back and down, core brace, hinge at the hips. Here we go. Nice up here. Woo, those are getting heavy. All right, back to those dead bugs. Quick form check here. And make sure your back is pushing against the ground. Shoulders are up off the floor. Here we go.
2 down, 2 hold. It's getting a little more challenging now that we're fatigued, but respect the tempo. It's just going to make you stronger.
All right, that was 10 on one side. Here we go. All right, got a minute of cardio ahead of us here. Starting at the 45. Here we go. You showed up today. Be proud of yourself. We're proud of you. We always say you cannot pour from an empty cup. And part of that is making sure that you're taking the time to refill your own cup. We know that you've got a busy life. You may have kids. You may have a busy corporate job. Whatever else you've got going on, stressors, you are worth these 35 minutes. It allows you to show up better in your life when you take some time for yourself. Just remember that. At about 15 seconds left here. Get back into those lunges.
Seconds.
Okay. There's 1 minute. Okay. Back to those lunges. Here we go. This is the point in the workout where you're fatigued and questioning everything, but we work through it. Don't forget or be afraid to take modifications if you need to. If you need to drop down to 1 dumbbell, no dumbbells. Go a little shallower or use a wall for stability. Do not be afraid to do that.
Also, don't be afraid to take a breather if you need it.
All right, that's 10. Got 10 more. All right, there's 20. All right, back to those bent over rows. Again, check in with yourself on your weight. Are you feeling good? Are you able to maintain your current form with the weight you got? If not, maybe drop down. Otherwise, hold steady. Here we go. 10 reps.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's 8. 2 more. There's 10. Broken down for those dead bugs. If you guys are liking this workout, we have an app where we give you 5 brand new workouts every single week. Demo video for every movement. And this workout right here is actually the Wednesday workout from our app, so you're getting a teaser of what's in there. The link is down below in the description if you're interested.
15 seconds remaining.
These are the exact workouts we follow.
Three, two,
Look at that
1.
timing.
Rest.
Oh, man.
It's a good one. I got sweat pouring down me. All right. Go ahead and grab the water. It's our last water break. We're 3 rounds in. We got 1 left. You guys are doing great. We'll start up again here in 35 seconds with that 1 minute of cardio.
30 seconds remaining.
Don't be afraid to mix up the cardio that you're doing so you don't have to do the same thing every time if you don't want.
Yeah, throw some burpees in there.
Coach Blaine loves his burpees.
15 seconds remaining.
Love hate, I should say. All right, 10 seconds here. I'm sticking with my jog in place.
3,
Feels good to me.
2,
Here we
1.
go.
Go.
Oh, here he goes. Good for you. Got burpees going on, modified burpees.
This is a great low impact variation of burpees that also works on your push-ups. So essentially what I'm doing is stepping back in and get good plank position, nice strong push-up, stepping back up and jumping at the top. Even if you're doing hop back burpees, we want to make sure that we're moving with a purpose and still keeping good form throughout so we don't injure ourselves. So don't be floppy. Floppy is sloppy.
Here we go. All right, moving on to those bent over rows.
Lunges.
Oh, I'm sorry. Moving on to those lunges. Thank you. Here we go. Starting back up with that right leg out. Lunging down. Halfway here, 10. Two more. Last one. All right. Moving on now to those bench over rows. Grab your dumbbells. Shoulders back down, core brace, tension at the hips. Here we go. Halfway. Last one here. Okay. All right. Go back to those dead bugs. Check your form before you get started, and remember, breathe through this movement. This is an easy one to forget your breath. This one here. Switch inside. We write these workouts and we kick ourselves after because, man, do they kick our butts too. All right.
3, 2, 1.
1 minute of cardio. Here we go. Two minutes of work left in this workout. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Finish strong.
About 20 seconds. Ten
10
seconds.
minutes remaining.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Woo.
All right, lunges.
Finishing strong with some lunges. Should take us to the end of this workout. We're close. Here we go. That's 10. Got 10 more.
30 seconds remaining.
Last one.
Drop your whole plank.
15 seconds
You can
remaining.
do this on your elbows are up here in your hands. Hold it out for our final seconds here.
Last 5.
3, 2, 1. Done.
Woo! Great job. Pound it out.
Nice job.
Great job, everybody. That wraps up our 35-minute full body strength workout. As we said, we're here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central. If you'd like to join us live or watch back later. But with that, have a great rest of your night. We'll catch you next time. See ya.